Hello and welcome, Didier. I should tell you that it's very nice to see you, and I would like to thank you for being with us.
Always, my brother.
Today, we will talk about Wilfried Zaha''s move to Galatasaray and your relationship with the club. So, you have known Zaha for a long time. Of course, I will ask for your comments on his skills on the pitch, but what kind of person will people in Turkey get to know soon?
First of all, I'm very happy that we continue this relationship between Ivorians and Galatasaray, who is the biggest club in Turkey and one of the biggest in Europe. And I was really happy that he decided and chose to come to Galatasaray, because you will be able to see what you've seen in the Premier League, him dribbling, his dribbling abilities, his creativity, his passion for the team he's representing. This is amazing. This is what Galatasaray needs, and you will see that with him. He's someone who's, when he feels the love, when he feels the confidence, he can bring and give so much to the club.
So he's a Crystal Palace legend, an Ivorian Premier League entertainer from South London, and unique finisher after he dribbles over his opponents. So everybody has an opinion about him, but how would you describe him as a football player?
I think you described him very well. He's a very good dribbler. He loves dribbling. He loves one against one, and he's a very good finisher as well. He scores goals and he assists as well. And that's what we ask for to a striker. Like, we want a striker to be able to score, to make the difference, so to dribble, and to assist. So basically, a striker should be making the difference every time in a game. Sometimes you will not score goals, but you can assist, or you can be at the beginning or of an action, because of your dribbling, because of your vision of the game, and create something out of nothing. I love saying that because it's very important for players, and especially for strikers, offensive players, to have these abilities.
So he is on the stage since he was 16, but he made his first impact in the UK when he played against Man United in 2012. He's also the last signing of Sir Alex Ferguson's legendary career. So how do you remember his first years when he was just a teenager?
Well, I in 2012 I saw him play, and I was not in England no more, but I'm seeing him play, and I'm like, oh, this player is good. He's sharp, he's fast, he's young, and he's a very good talent. And it turned out that he was originally from Côte d'Ivoire. So I started having a more precise, how do you say, informations about him, and the guy was just, full of confidence from the beginning. Dribbling one against one, all these talent and experienced players, and you could see that there was a big potential in him. Yes.
And you were in Istanbul at that time, playing for Galatasaray, of course. If you were playing for Chelsea in 2013, would you attempt to make him join your club instead of his move to Man United?
Well, of course, if I was at Chelsea, I would be trying to bring him to the club, and Chelsea has a history of great wingers, great attacking players, and we had Eden Hazard, Willian
Malouda
came after, Malouda, Kalou. We had some amazing attacking players. So it would have been amazing for him to come to us and to learn, and to be surrounded by experienced players, who will help him in his development, like we did with others.
So you were a big factor about his switch from English national team to the Ivorian national team. What kind of relationship you have with him?
We have a very good relationship. He's like a younger brother to me. We spoke in 2012 actually when he had to decide if he wants to play for England or if he wants to play for Ivory Coast. And it was a very difficult decision for him to make, because he left Ivory Coast when he was 4 years old. And for 15 to 20 years, he's been playing in England. He's been speaking English, forgot even how to speak French. So he considered himself in a way, as an English player. That's why he decided to go for it. But he knew deep inside that he was Ivorian, and we spoke. And in life you have to make decisions and live with it without regrets, because this is the most important. He took a decision. He went for it. He gave everything. Didn't get the chance, the opportunities to do it. And life is such an amazing thing that he got another opportunity. He got another chance to shine, and this time with Ivory Coast. And I was really proud that he joined the national team. And he's there's some similarities with his story and mine. He left Ivory Coast when he was 4. I left Ivory Coast when I was 6. And it was difficult for his parents, same for me as well. So there's kind of similarities, and that's why I'm always trying to help him when I can, or to give him the good advice. I mean, I always try to give him some ideas, and then he chooses. Yes.
So I will keep talking on your relationship with him.
Yes.
He has a personal story behind your first Premier League goal for Chelsea, when you scored an unstoppable header in front of Selhurst Park hosts. It was one of them witnessing the history at the stands. Have you ever talked about this?
Yeah, well, I have goosebumps when you speak about that goal, because it's, for me, one of the most important goals of my career. And because this goal really helped me to get to know the Premiership a bit more. And it was an important goal for me, because when you arrive in a new team, like when I arrived at Galatasaray'a, the first game is so important. The first game is so important that you have to make the difference. You have to have an impact on the game. And I was really focused and concentrate to make the difference. And it was an amazing header, I have to say, because I jumped really high. I remember that goal like it was like it's happening now. And I didn't know that Wilfried was there and watching the game. So it's an amazing story.
So I'm wondering, how does it feel to know that this goal impressed a 11-year-old boy? So because he's from your hometown, who dreams of becoming a football player. Just a few months later, he's just signed his first Crystal Palace contract with the club.
You know what it means? First of all, it means that I'm very old. That's one. But more a bit more on a serious note, I think it's really, it means a lot. It means that, when you dream and you believe in something, when you have a dream and you believe in it and you work hard for it, you can achieve it. And that's what Wilfried has been doing. And that's why I like this player. That's why I love him, because he worked hard to get where he is now. And he saw me scoring that goal. I think he was 11 years old, and he decided that, okay, I want to play like him. I want to be like him. For me, it's amazing to have inspired young talents like him to become professional. And it's not about scoring a lot of goals or dribbling a lot of people or assisting. It's about giving work ethic to these people so they can become professional, so they can become successful, they can become good people in their lives. Because when you have work ethics, you can do everything, you can face every challenges.
So during the transfer process to Galatasaray, you kept touch with him. So with all my respect, can you please tell us about what you have talked to him, as much as you can tell in privacy?
I don't know if I can say much, but we spoke twice, and the second time I explained to him what was Galatasaray, and that's it.
Yeah,
I just explained to him what is Galatasaray, and as a club, as a community, as an historical European club, I explained to him what is Galatasaray. I explained to him what is Istanbul, how is Istanbul, and how he could receive a lot of love, because I see his game, I see the way he plays, and I see the fans, and I know it's gonna be great.
Perfect.
You know. So I just said to him that you will have a lot of fun. If you want to, you can become really big there.
One of the missing pieces of his career was playing in the UEFA Champions League. So I personally know the one Ivorian who scored in the Champions League final, and I'm very happy and honored to know him. So, but do you think that a new Ivorian will make an impact in the tournament this season?
Yes, like many have made an impact in that tournament, in that Champions League over the years, and before I scored in the final, Basile Boli scored for Marseille in the Champions League final against AC Milan, and many players won the Champions League, performing really well, like Yaya Touré as well, Salomon Kalou, and we are really proud, you know, to be Ivorians and to represent such a small country at an international stage. And for us, it's amazing to see teammates and brothers performing, and I really wish him to do it with Galatasaray, you know, and I would be very happy, and I would come to watch the games actually.
Some people seem quite surprised by Zaha's move to Galatasaray. So one of them is former football player Jamie O'Hara, who currently works for TalkSport. While chatting with one of former Galatasaray players, Dean Sanders, about Zaha's choice, he received an unexpected answer from Welshman. So Sanders started to speak about his experience at Galatasaray and told him that they are a massive club.
Right. Listen. You don't even need to continue your question. O'Hara should question himself why Graham Souness came to Galatasaray and left as a legend. Why Claudio Taffarel, who won the World Cup with Brazil, came and played for Galatasaray. Why Fatih Terim is an historical figure of European football. Why George Hagi, who is a legend of football, played for Galatasaray, because Galatasaray is the big club in Europe, you know. And why Bafé Gomis left Galatasaray and came back and won the league, because he comes to a big club and he knows a big club needs to win the trophies, you know. And for us, like I said before, because they don't know what is Galatasaray. They hear about Galatasaray and they think because it's 3 hours away from London, they think it's far, but it's Europe. And Istanbul and Galatasaray and all the other teams in Turkey, but Galatasaray is a brand. So I mean, I don't remember in how many teams he played before that, but when you played in big teams, you know exactly why you go to Galatasaray.
So this answer is enough.
I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, when you want to play with a certain pressure, when you want to play for big clubs like Real Madrid, like Marseille, Juventus, or all these big clubs where the fans are passionate about the club and they have won before in the past, so they know that you cannot play bad and think that you're going to be accepted. No, we expect the best in this kind of clubs, and Galatasaray only expect the best from the players who are coming. So that's why there's pressure, and only big players go to big teams to handle the pressure. So that's why you had all these big players like I said, Taffarel and big managers, and even Mancini came to Galatasaray. So don't misunderstand. I mean, Galatasaray is a big club, and no matter what people think, Galatasaray is a big club. That's why Will Zaha signed there. That's why Mauro Icardi is there. That's why Juan Mata was there. That's why. So I don't need to explain because I know. Maybe we should. Maybe you should invite him to one game. It will completely change his perception of the. Yeah, it's true.
Beyond Wilfried Zaha, they have so many international players.
Yes.
Icardi, Bakambu, Torreira, Oliveira, Mertens, Nelson, Angelino, a Turkish star, Kerem Aktürkoğlu. So, and your friends, Nando Muslera, a club legend. So, especially Mauro Icardi has responded to the longing for the iconic player since your departure. So, in your time, we saw little children wearing your jersey on the streets, and your name was written on this walls for many different reasons. So maybe you want to say something about these first. So I will ask the second question then.
I think it goes beyond football. I think it has to do with my personality and obviously scoring goals, important goals in big games, big finals, showed people how important it is for me to prepare for big games. And I really wanted to prove that you have to, when you work, you succeed. And you can succeed even when you give a lot of respect to your opponent. You know, and ever as a player, I always try to have respect. I always give respect to the people, from the manager to the cleaner to the physio, everybody, and people speak in the football world, and I believe it's just the personality. It's my personality that have made the difference, and that's why I think I've been on walls in Turkey, or kids wearing my jersey, and you know, even opponent teams having respect for me is for me a blessing from God. So I'm really I feel blessed, and I respect a lot all the love that I received. For me it's amazing. It's amazing.
So what was the highlights of your Galatasaray career?
There's so many.
Yeah.
I spent 1 year and a half there, but I built memories of a lifetime, you know, from my first game. First of all, from even before signing for Galatasaray, I remember I had this kid playing for Chelsea at the time. Was it Gökhan, no?
Yeah, Gökhan Töre.
Yeah, he was playing.
Yeah.
And he was telling me every day, Didi, you have to play for Galatasaray. You have to come to Turkey. You will come to Turkey. You will come to Turkey. I said, okay, but not now. Wait a little bit. Wait a little bit. And then it happened. So I knew Galatasaray even before signing there, even with Eboué, with Franck Ribéry, with Aji, with Kader Keita, Shabanonda, Claudio, Tafarel, all these guys, and the coach, of course, Imperator. I knew the club and the people from the club even before joining. So that's why things have been easy for me when I reached the club, and the first goal was, I mean, sometimes I sit and then I watch that again. I'm like, how, and the celebration in front of the fans and the passion and this Real Madrid game, Juventus game, home and away, winning the league. When I came, and my teammates Schneider, Nando Muslera, Felipe, Burak, everybody. It's a family. It's a real big family.
So Galatasaray have similar spots this season with all these players. How would you like to comment the squad depth? This may be a dream for many, but what would you happen if you and Icardi played for Galatasaray at the same time?
Oh my God! Well, you've seen what happened when me and Burak played for Galatasaray at the same time. So imagine, if me and Mauro played for Galatasaray. I mean, the thing with me, I know how to score goals, but I know also how to assist. And as he's younger than me, he will run and score the goals. I will ask for the ball in the feet and play to him so he can score, and then we win games and win the league and everything. So for me, it wouldn't be a problem.
So in a pre-match interview, Mr. Fatih Terim, your former coach, spoke the importance of parting the ways with the players in a good way, and gave an example about you by telling the interviewer that we have some players who represented the club as an ambassador all over the world. So how do you describe yourself in the relationship with Galatasaray, and do you intend to visit the club soon?
For me, Galatasaray is a team that will always be in my heart, because the club gave me an opportunity to come back to European football when nobody else did. And every time we were playing in Champions League, people were thinking, oh, okay, it's only Galatasaray. But when they play, when they make the draw, they think, oh, it's only Galatasaray. But then when they play us, they like this, it becomes more difficult for them, and then they have more respect for us because of our fans, because of the quality of our football, and because of the quality of our manager. So for me, like I said, I only spent a year and a half there, but I feel like I've played for Galatasaray for more than 10 years. So everywhere I go, and because there's a real community of Galatasaray fans all around the world, I feel at home everywhere. Every time I see, last time I was with a Turkish driver, and the guy, we spoke about Galatasaray for half an hour, and it's amazing because he sent me back to my memories, and I was like, wow, I miss this time. So yes, Galatasaray is my club. Istanbul is my city. Turkey is my country as well, and I will always be an ambassador, not only of Galatasaray as a football club, but of Turkey as a nation, because of the love that all the Turkish people gave me.